All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Code 3 Paranormal Podcast.
Hey.
Hi.
All right. Yeah. Make sure your mic's back on, damn it.
I think it is.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
We can hear you. So, yeah, it's a little different for us as we are going to start trying to do these Zoom podcasts so you guys can see our faces and
We're changing it up.
Yeah. And see why we make fun of Michelle. So,
True.
Dang.
Messed up. What happened?
You jerk.
right. So,
Did you turn that on? Anyway, sorry. Weird shit's going on. I don't know.
they're struggling. They got a ghost in the room.
Right?
What's going on over there, Adam?
Did you?
The TV turned off.
The TV just turned on. The controllers are all the way across the room.
Like the TV just turned on. What the?
See, and
Hold
so
on.
it begins. So it
Right?
begins.
Oh, we start our podcast and boom, there it is.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Weird.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I turned it off.
Yeah. Let me know if anything tickles your plums.
Well, if you see me be like, oh.
Nice. Well, so welcome from Florida.
Oh. Hey.
Hey, thanks, Colorado.
Right. So everyone's gonna want to know. Catch us up how Florida is.
Beautiful.
Hot. Humid. Palm trees.
No snow.
Sand.
Sun.
Beaches. Water.
But let's be real. Let's be real. It's just a whole shitload of work. It's all we do is work.
Well, that's nonsense.
Yeah.
You're not working now. You're drinking and you're on podcast.
See?
See? You
One
lied.
day a week. All right. Get it.
Yeah, and so that's the goal, is to go back to our one a week now that we can see each other's faces and put out more content again since you guys left us hanging. So yeah.
We tried to get you to come with.
I know.
It's just taking a little bit longer.
Yeah, well, we'll make it happen.
You're supposed to move here.
We are. Just need time. Amber looks so confused in there. Like she's not sure exactly how to act with the video. She's
I
just
feel like very illuminated right now.
right. You're just one big
You look
smile,
amazing.
right?
Oh, you're so sweet.
The screen
light
part.
It lights up your eyes for sure.
Mine?
Yours
your
too.
eyes are
Hey.
so
Yours
sweet.
too. So yeah, so this will be kind of the new weekly go at it. So please bear with us as we try to figure out how to make this work and make it decent. So
Yeah. Everybody figured out how to use Zoom in the 2000 COVID outbreak.
right,
2020, yes.
Yeah, 2020. And here we are just now trying to figure it out.
right. We were still doing
2023.
yeah, we were still
2023.
doing our stuff. So
So 3 years ago. Oh my God.
oh, Jesus. So yeah, so we'll try to get this squared away for everybody, and we'll start back on our weekly content and bring you some good shows, and some more funny comedy UFO alien shit and ghosts, and more jokes about Michelle, and we can get more of the comments about how we're racist on our reviews.
Absolutely. Well, I think that was just, Frank.
That was just Frank.
God, a lot of those.
But see, if you are racist towards Asians, it's okay because I'm Asian, so it makes it all right. But once you start going into other nationalities, then it's kind of borderline.
right,
like,
because
what
you guys brought COVID, so everyone's okay with it right now. So
The Kung Flu.
the Kung Flu.
No,
Yeah.
that's what's going on right now. COVID and Kung Flu are different.
Right. So
Well, isn't that what Trump called it when COVID first came out? Didn't you call it the Kung Flu?
I thought
I
I
don't
don't know if
remember.
he did it or if somebody else came up with that, but it was pretty cool. Pretty cool
Yeah.
name for sure. All right.
Ugh, white people.
White people. Fucking we ruin everything.
Right?
Anything you guys want to add about Florida? I know we're gonna do some ghost hunts while we're out there.
Yeah, so Adam works somewhere where there's some creepy ass old buildings. I'm super excited to go into.
Oh, you're getting echoey.
Yeah, I hear it.
I don't understand.
Right?
I didn't do anything.
It's
Why are you touching it?
it's that.
Get
fuck
closer to the mic.
Go closer to the mic.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
what it is.
Jesus.
Because you got
I
those
have-
corn.
Bring them.
There
Yeah,
you
you're
go,
gonna have
girl.
to mouth the mic a
Mouth
lot.
that mic.
Is this
Girl.
kind
Can
of
you
like
bring
how
the
I
mic closer to you?
How you like it? Yeah.
I can just put my face on the mic?
Oh, there you go. There
Yes.
you go.
Not you. It's not cute when you do it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I don't
It
mind
looks
when he
kinda
does it.
Gay when you do.
See?
Oh, of course.
So go ahead, Michelle, with what we're doing.
Oh no, I just talking about how excited I am to go to his job and go to the old creepy ass buildings and
Right.
investigate.
Yeah,
Because I
think
showed you
that's-
guys the theater that I went to. Was it last week?
Yeah, I think so.
So scary.
See,
Yeah,
that's
once
gonna be
Adam
sweet.
started walking away, I was like, where'd you go? I gotta stop recording. Gotta find you.
Where's my love? All right, you got to go back closer to the mic. Sorry, Michelle.
I'm right on top of it. What if I turn my echo down? Is that better?
No, that got worse, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
I don't think that was the echo.
Okay, it was.
There we go. That's starting to sound better.
So I need to talk on this side of the mic.
I think so. I wonder if his mic's catching. If you turn it, his face
Yeah.
together, looking at each other's eyes for once. So yeah,
Suspicious.
we'll,
Is that better?
that's better.
Okay. Sorry.
We'll be out there in mid-March. So I'm excited to go
Wait, what?
there.
You guys are coming out mid-March?
Didn't you tell?
The plan. Yeah, I told her. I'm not.
Oh.
Not.
Wait,
dude,
wait, wait,
remember,
wait.
'cause we talked about the week of like the spring break.
Oh, that's right.
It would be Landon's spring break because your kids have the same spring break as me and Kaden.
Ah, the
And we-
13th through whatever.
Yeah, so it'd be the week after.
Okay.
Area.
Cool.
Yeah, so we'll be out there. We can definitely check out where you work. Amber got me a new video camera, so I'm stoked to use that.
Cool.
Then we can do a nice little podcast on that jazz while we're out there.
Yeah. And I think what's cool now is that you guys can do investigations out there and tell us about it. You know, in Colorado, we can do them out here, you know, talk about whatever's going on in Florida.
Right.
And then whenever we meet up in whatever state we're in, we can just do one together.
There you go. And then once we move out to Florida, we're just right back at it.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you're
Then we
right.
can all do it together.
Trump did call coronavirus kung flu
It was Trump.
It was
Yeah.
true.
See, I thought so.
at the Tulsa rally.
uh, the Kung
Yep.
Flu. That dude's still a legend with the shit he says. Whether you hate him or like him, his terms were funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, did you guys end up watching the video I sent you?
Yes, we did.
Why is he laughing? What's
Is this the moon thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. So I don't know. I just
I think there's some good points in it. But yeah, whatever. I don't know.
yeah. So I'll explain to everyone. So this will be our topic for today is the moon, essentially, and whether it is crazy to say it, but it has some crazy points that, man, but essentially that the moon is a spaceship.
It's a hollow
it's
spaceship.
a hollow spaceship.
Yeah. So
And Troy's not laughing because I'm pretty sure you believe it.
no, I don't think I believe it's a spaceship, but I do believe that maybe something brought it there and put it there because everything that they talk about essentially with the dust and everything, the times don't match up with how it got into our atmosphere.
You know how
Right.
many little aliens are working inside that inside the moon on those little escalators,
Right.
like pushing things around.
How was that again?
They're like little Oompa Loompas.
Right.
Yes, that's what I
Yes.
think of. It's like
And they just feed them with
it's like
Oh my
chocolate.
God.
going around.
Right?
But I mean, yeah, the scientists
Space chocolate.
the space shot. Ooh, right. That's where they got the freaking dried ice cream and stuff they eat.
Oh,
They-
shit.
They send it down to us.
They say
Oh. Is this like an airdrop?
Yep,
right.
airdrop.
They airdropped it to us. But I mean, They can't explain how the moon's in our atmosphere whatsoever. There's no real belief because we couldn't have brought it into our atmosphere. It's just not possible. And
Do you
then
find it funny at all, though, that it's just our moon? Like the other moons are not being questioned.
well, I
So
don't
why
know
is it just ours?
because it's our moon.
Well, I know,
Why,
but
why are we going to test other moons?
well, I'm just saying, if you wanted to, am I echoey again?
You're echoey again.
What the fuck?
Lips on the mic.
Yeah,
So is
you might be
Adam.
echoing through mine.
Yeah,
Am
no,
I
Adam
echoey?
a lot now.
You're not echoey.
You guys are gonna you
Is
guys
he?
are gonna have to be like across the room next go around.
We're gonna have to go into different rooms.
Yeah.
So you can't touch my leg anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, but if they wanted to see if it was, legit, why wouldn't they test the other moons or question the other moon?
Can they get to
Moons.
the other moons?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Right.
Why
I
couldn't
mean,
they? If they can get to our moon and all these other planets, why couldn't they get to the other moon?
because I don't know how far they are. If they're too far, hey, this will end in 10 minutes because we wasted 20 minutes fucking around. So we'll
Nice.
restart it and fix it.
Nice.
But
Can we continue the time?
no, if I upgrade it,
Oh,
yeah.
We had this conversation the other day.
Or we can stop it and just restart it, and then I just put them together. I may just have to upgrade at some point. It's like $13 a month. So yeah, I mean, essentially, I don't think we can get to any other moons to test all those theories. And then why, when they talked about why the distance of the craters, why are they all the same depths?
see, and that's what got me. Because I mean, with the impacts from meteors and all of that,
Yeah.
the diameters are all different, but there's no depth difference.
Right. So how's that
So
possible?
that was weird.
Yeah, something had to be. If anything, there's just a harder material that starts at that point. But again, it's kind of weird. Even if it starts at that point, you wouldn't think the outside of the moon would be the same across the board.
Right.
It's weird that it's like at whatever distance it just stops and it can't go any deeper. So that's weird. But do you guys think we landed on the moon, or was that a hoax?
Well, see, and Adam was talking about how he thought it was strange that we haven't actually been back to the moon since the 70s.
Yeah.
But I was telling him, like, I think we've been trying to, but none of the ships have made it because they've, like, combusted in the air or whatever.
Those
Ooh.
aliens. Sarah.
Those damn aliens. Well,
Pew pew.
so
Such a girl thing to
Apollo
do.
14 or 16 was the last one to go to the moon. There was like 4 in a row that went to the moon. There's more than just one that actually went to the moon.
Right.
But then they had 3 more set to go that never went. And they said because of funding and public interest was the reason, which totally understand. Like, we did it because of the Russian race. We wanted to be the first to the moon and everything like that. And we were in the
Right.
Cold War.
Yeah.
So that makes sense that they were like, all right, well, we beat them. Do we really need to keep going back? Do people care? And then they had no funding. But here's where the funny thing is. There's people from NASA and, the fucking CIA who said those 3 trips still occurred and that they actually still went. They just didn't publicly put it out there because they did find that there was possible alien life on the other side of the moon that they've never shown us pictures to, yet they have pictures.
Right.
So supposedly those 3 trips still occurred, but they just didn't publicly put out why and what they were actually doing.
There was 6 missions that landed humans on the moon. And then there was another one. Apollo 13 was intended to land. However, it was restricted to a flyby due to the malfunction aboard the spacecraft.
Okay. So yeah, I mean,
Now I'm shiny.
but you
You're
look
so
good.
pretty.
You're so cute.
Why'd you open that one?
Because it was getting dark.
Are you scared?
You're dark.
Yes.
You're
Get rid
dark
of the
skinned.
Open it back up.
Oh my God. Stop.
Okay.
So there were 6 missions that landed in total.
Yes.
And they weren't all the US though, right? Or is that just the
I think
6
it-
US
Six
ones?
missions, 6 missions landed humans on the moon, beginning with Apollo 11 in July 1969.
Okay, I didn't know if that was like a
which one was the one
combination
that
of like US and Russia.
In Russia.
right? Which one did Tom Hanks ruin?
Apollo 11 or
Apollo
13?
13.
Apollo 13. Tom Hanks can't
Damn,
ruin
Tom Hanks.
anything.
What are you talking about? Tom Hanks is on the fucking Epstein Island list.
Whatever. I like Tom Hanks. So
I like Forrest Gump, even though fucking Jenny gave him AIDS.
With the AIDS, baby.
The AIDS baby.
oh my God.
All right. So, yeah. So the big question is, why haven't we truly gone back since then? What did we find that kept us from there?
Either that or why can't we build the ship that will get us there again? Like what's going on with that process? Except for the
NASA's
pew
total
pews.
budget-
She said pew pew pew.
NASA's total budget was cut, and the remaining program of human flights are redirected towards less expensive Apollo Soyuz joint flights with the USSR.
But we're going to start sending people to Mars,
Right.
but we can't go to the moon.
Right.
Right.
And we
It's
can
more
send.
expensive to go to the moon.
But why?
Because
Yeah.
it's closer.
Right. But
I'm
yet
just saying what they're saying.
we're printing money now. We don't have anything back in it. So we can print whatever the hell we want nowadays, which we're doing. So there's obviously another reason behind it being money. Because at the end of the day, we do what we want in America, which is why we're fucking going down the shitter. But we do whatever we want.
Yep.
And
Do-do?
we do. I
We
know I
do-do.
caught that. I was like, fuck. But so I'm just curious what they found that they're hiding. Or I mean, there's always the possibility truly like they're like, hey, we saw what we saw. There was nothing really, it wasn't a big deal. And they just aren't interested in going there.
You would think they would want to go there just to see if there really is that alien life that they say that there is. They think that it looks like there's life on the moon.
It looks
The
like
alien.
it. There's pictures that look like, well, there's proven pictures that are actually
They look like structures.
structures, and they show from the shadows and everything that they're actually, 300
tall.
feet in the air, and they look like a tower and shit like that. So,
That's the alien apartments.
right. It's the studio apartments, singles,
Mhm.
I call the penthouse.
right? Get that top view of Earth. But I mean, again, it just falls into the place of we can't explain how the moon is here in our atmosphere, period. It is moving away from us.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Like a foot every year or some shit like that.
Something, yeah.
So actually, you see those old pictures where the moon's like way big and it's like cool in the photo. That's how it used to look. You could actually see it in there. And it just looked like a big picture of a moon. You look out at night, which would have been super cool to see. But now it's moving away
I'm just
from us.
curious as to how the moon, if it's operated by something, how is it fucking with our tides and our, stuff like that? Like, how do you control that?
And our weather.
It produces the
like-
gravity. That's what gives us the gravity is the moon. That's what it is. That's why, like, when Apollo 13 slingshotted around the moon to get back to Earth because their thrusters were out and whatever in the movie,
Yeah.
which is true, is what occurred. That's just all the gravity that the moon has, and that's what keeps our tides and everything settled. Without the moon, essentially everything's just fucking haywire. So it brings the gravity in, and I don't know if that's because of the size or what.
So
it's
that's
made
what
of.
they were talking about in that video that said that there was all water vapor until the moon arrived, and then the moon pulled all the water back down.
Yeah, it settles everything in Earth. So, but again,
So the moon is our computer chip.
it fucking is our helping hand. It fucking holds us together. But you can't.
It's the motherboard.
It's the motherboard.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
It's the
woman.
motherboard. Right.
But yeah, I mean, beyond that, it's like the timelines with the moon and Earth don't match up. So where did it come from? Because
Right.
it didn't come after the fact. And
Yeah, because in that video they were talking about ancient religions were talking about how the moon was never there, and then it arrived just at some point.
yeah,
So interesting. Are you sending messages?
she is sending messages.
Oh,
Hey, you're not supposed to say that. Like it's supposed to be a message.
Right.
God.
Well, we'll
If
stop
I
it
wanted
right
to
here.
just say it, I would just say it. Babe,
Well,
time's running low.
time's
See?
running low.
See how easy that was?
It's going to be much. I think it's going to be much easier to upgrade, but it won't let me upgrade right now.
Okay.
so well, why don't we just exit or
I'll
end
exit
this
now.
one?
Yeah, I'll end this
Yeah.
one. We'll start a new one. So give me just a minute to set up the new one. Why are we doing this? You're coming right back in like a couple
Not
minutes.
Hey,
No.
she was
It's
talking
our
to me.
thing. Shut the fuck
You're not
up.
even in this.
All right. Hey, I'll see you guys here in just a couple minutes.
Bye bye.
All right. Bye. Hey, welcome back. We switched positions.
Such
So-
a thing?
Yeah.
Right. So I do have a question for you guys on the one thing I was forgetting about was when they dropped the capsule down and it hit the ground and they recorded the reverb. They can't explain why. The only answer to why they had over an hour of reverb was for the moon to be hollow. Now,
Yeah,
whether
it
So-
was echoing around inside.
I think it's because the earth is made up of a lot of water, so it's going to take away some of that reverb. You know what I mean?
right, but I want to say they brought something up about that, but it still shouldn't have had an hour. That's a long. And then the second time they
Well,
dropped
the
the
second
bigger
one was
object,
3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that water and everything would change it a little bit, but that seems like a long time to have sound echoing with inside. Now, whether
Well,
it's
they
a
said it's
spaceship,
because the moon rock was porous or something like that, like lava rock. And one of the theories was that's why it was bouncing around because there wasn't the water and
Right.
like we
correct.
have out here.
So the moon looks like a sponge. So it's got the openings like a true sponge from the ocean, not like the ghetto ones you buy at Bed Bath and Beyond.
It's cheese, Swiss
It's
cheese.
It's Swiss cheese. So yeah, so it has a little openings that can give it a little more reverb. But it seemed like it was too much because they went down like 20 miles or whatever into the moon that it was reverbing. So even if it was Swiss cheese, it's still going to have stoppage, and it didn't. It
Right.
just went down and back and down and back, and it didn't really seem that the sponge was blocking it at all, which made them believe more that it's just open. So, which is, I mean, it's possible.
So, like the lava rock, those are the little rocks. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like the ones that you used to pick up as a kid, like draw on the sidewalk,
Right.
like the
right.
black and the red ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So essentially, I guess if it was, I don't know, I'm having a really hard time with the whole hollow thing. Like it doesn't click in my brain as possible.
Why
Like
not?
it doesn't, I don't know.
Because I get like
It
the
just-
spaceship is a stretch beyond belief, but
Right.
being hollow, I mean, there's no reason it couldn't be because there's no
Well, yeah,
life.
but then you're trying to convince me that someone put it there. Like it was purposely put there.
Well,
So, and then we go back to the other moons on the other planets where they purposely put there, but we don't know
Right.
because we can't,
Right.
test their, yeah. But it's weird. Why?
it's way weird.
Why are they purposely put there if they were? I still don't think that they are, but anyway.
That's only that makes sense because they said it was put there to help, obviously with gravity and settle the planet so that it could thrive. But why would they care if they're not going to live here? Why the hell are you going to put a moon and then you're going to boogie? But that's where then the belief
Maybe
of,
they tried and like, oh no, this sucks. We're out.
or
Right.
they're
They just want to control, just like every other politician. They just want to have control over something. They're like, hey, watch this. Today we're going
Right.
to make a tsunami happen.
right.
And
And also, who's to say they didn't live here? Because we can only go back so far with, ancient civilizations. There's still belief that we haven't even scraped the surface on ancient
But the moon
civilizations.
wasn't here when they said that, with these people, the
True.
humans around, there was no moon at that point. So how would they have been living here before that?
Right. That's a good point. Because they mentioned it as some of the
Hieroglyphics.
Thank you. Showed that there was saying there was no moon at some point, and then it showed up.
Yeah.
So, and what would I mean? Who's to say? Maybe they don't have a sense of humor, and they're like, man, in 1,000 years, people are going to read this, and we get fuck with them, and we're going to put different weird stories. And I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like that's what they would do, and that they would be honest about what they're documenting.
This is the bigger question. How the fuck did we get here? How the fuck did the Earth become? How did the universe actually truly become?
Adam, answer that.
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. I mean, it doesn't. None of it makes sense. How do we know that the moon is not the same moon that's on all the other planets? It was one big one and just broke off into a million pieces.
Right.
And ended up floating over here. You know, I have an issue with them going to these planets. They're walking on the moon, but there's no gravity. You're like, well, they're tethered down. I'm like, but they drove a car. So what are they tethered to the car? If
and how's the car
weighs that much that it keeps them on the moon, how the fuck did the car get to the moon? Because it wouldn't be able to be on a damn spaceship.
That's how. Well, they did take it on spaceship. I don't. They're pretty big. I mean, you got to think some of these.
I know, but they're heavy. But how would the spaceship be able to get there with that much weight? If you would have to have a lot of weight, because they say everything floats in space. Why the fuck?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter how heavy something is. If there's no gravity, it's not. It doesn't matter how heavy it is.
Right.
Exactly. How did they drive across? How did they walk across? Yeah. I have a 2-year-old. Okay.
I like this. I like it because we can see the little hand gestures and the facial. Yeah. That's awesome.
That's it. I quit. I'm out.
No, I like it.
It makes sense. I mean, nothing makes sense, but what you're saying makes sense. Like, how the hell is any of this possible? There's no answer. And that's what fucks with your head if you really think about it. You're like, how are we here? And whether you're religious or you're scientific, it still doesn't make sense, because where did God come from? And you can go down that rabbit hole. Science, the Big Bang. Yep. Okay, great. Why don't we see any more Big Bangs? Molecules don't just collide in the air and produce planets every day. Like, you're just guessing at what it is. No, there's nobody who can prove any of it. It makes no fucking sense. We don't belong here. It really screws with you if you think about it. Like, how the fuck am I here? I shouldn't be here. Period. Nobody, nothing. It doesn't.
And why do I look like this? And why do we speak a different language?
Right? Why are your eyes slanted?
Why are there blacks? Why are there whites? Why are all Asians' eyes slanted?
Why are we not purple?
Yeah. I want to be green. Why can't I be green?
I can be blue. I can be green.
I
can be anything.
There is a culture that was around over in like Britain that was green. Just so you know.
What?
Yeah, we can dive down that one day. I'm going to Britain.
I want to be green.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it totally fucks with your head, but like, it's really fucks with everything. Like, being a woman, the thought that I grow a fucking human into my belly, that is alien-like. Okay, like it's creepy. It's weird. It's
way weird.
You can't explain any of it. So, okay, God or whatever made Adam and Eve, but where the fuck did he make that from? Oh, he took it from a bone.
Adam, who's Eve? Do we need to have a talk?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
And thanks, Adam, for eating the damn apple.
Hey, I was hungry.
It was Eve that ate it.
It was Eve that ate it, you idiot.
Smart ass.
See? That's why she's not around anymore. She got clapped
Eve
up.
ate it and then brought it to Adam, and then he ate it.
Yeah, Eve's the one that fucked up first.
Yes, but she didn't have to bring it to the dude. Didn't have to bring him down with her.
But that's what we do. We bring you food. We feed you.
They're sharing.
Yeah, that's right. We take care of you, assholes.
And look what it led to. Look what it led to. Look at the world.
It led to
look at Denver.
To us having all the fucking bullshit. You guys don't have shit. Eve ate the apple first, so we have to bear the children. We have to go through the fucking menstrual bullshit every month. We have to deal with men. See, we got ours, and we didn't even do it. It was her.
Oh my God! Right?
Hell right. Yeah. I am thankful I don't have to give birth. Woo! All right. Hey,
You're
back
welcome.
on topic. Thank you.
Well,
we're never.
You don't
on topic.
understand. You can't none of it makes sense.
Fuck no.
It doesn't make sense about how we are here, why we're here and not somewhere else. You know, like if
Right.
we're all here, I guarantee that there is something else.
Oh,
To
100%.
us, it could be considered an alien, but we're aliens to everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, like on other planets. How is there not like a whole nother life? People are vacationing and don't have to work and are just hanging out at the beach all day in their Florida, you know, and not have to do anything. And they're like, man, those fucking retards on Earth are having to
Right.
work their ass off every day. You know, they don't got to figure it out.
Well, here,
How do we
here,
know we were the first people?
I do have a question for you because this kind of goes to a different topic, but I think it's a good time to touch it. So scientists believe that there's still like 100 million other life forms out in space. And they base that off of the probabilities and they do their scientific stuff, but they actually believe that there's other life elsewhere. Now, there is a huge belief and a lot of proof that there is two dimensions that we live in. And there's documented stories to where I'm alive doing this podcast in another fucking dimension, and but we're talking about different topics. There's only slight changes, and hence some of the deja vu you get is believed
That's
to
what I was
be,
thinking.
yeah, that you
Yeah, that's what I was
actually
thinking.
just touched the
I've already
barrier,
done that.
right?
Can I
So
go to that dimension because maybe that your ex isn't there and that would just be great.
it's the no, she's in each dimension.
Damn it! Maybe somebody ran her over.
Adam was
So
just talking
Dang
about
it.
how he's had a lot of deja vu lately too. So it's funny
Yeah.
that you mentioned
I
that.
have it all the time. Ask Troy because I'll just stop. I
Like the
always
last
have
week.
deja vu.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
there's
the last week it's been bad, especially at work.
yeah, I mean, there is true documented people where people have filmed things that made no sense. So, and it's just slight differences. So, like, there's a story of this guy who went to work, same office building he's always worked in, and it was right, but the office he worked in was different. His position was different, and he actually ends up filming this. And he goes in, and there's somebody in his desk. And she's like, "What the hell are you doing in here? Your office is down the fucking thing." He's like, "No, this is my office." And like, he's like, "What the hell is going on?" And it's just slight variations in his day. It's not like massive. So his office is like down on the next floor and whatnot. And he's a different position. And then fucking boom, he's all of a sudden back in his right position. He's back in his room. But like for 10 minutes, everything was fucked up. Now, there's one documented case of this where the guy actually filmed it and everything doesn't match up. Now, of course, as always, since then, the film has disappeared as government officials showed up when the story went to light. And he did go to the news with it and boom, it was gone.
Yeah, of course.
But it's
Of
like,
course.
right. It's like, holy shit. Like, and this guy was like, dude, it wasn't anything major. I still had my job, same office, just different office, or same office building, different office and different position. And like the girl who was working there had the same name, but it wasn't the same face. And just these little things freaked him out. So he started filming shit, going, "They're playing a joke on me and this and that." Turned out not to be a joke. And then all of a sudden he was just like, I fucking close my eyes, open them back up, and I'm back into where I belong.
That'd be so weird.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So
That'd freak me out.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
yeah. Especially go to that extent. We get the deja vu and you just like, you're like, I've done this before, and that's it. But to have like a 10-minute realm where you're in a different world, which is possible because they've proven that time travel exists through black holes. Now, how to harness that, they can't figure it out yet, but they can show that a black hole can time travel and change. Or I know it's impossible to do it, but it's possible if how do I explain it? It's possible if you were able to move the earth. If you reversed it, that would take you back in time. Now, nothing can move Earth except Superman. Until he does that, we're where we're at. But they've
Fuck are you,
proven,
Superman?
right? They've proven that's possible. So, what do you guys think on the dimensions?
I thought
I-
deja vu was just you've dreamt about it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, see,
Not
that's what I
dimension.
thought too.
It's that you've lived it, you've
Yeah.
done it.
I mean, I guess it would be something that you've already done.
Mhm.
Because like me sitting here on this computer, like maybe I had a deja vu moment and this is what we were doing. So I guess that wouldn't be like in sleep, but I could have dreamt it too. So
Right.
it could be
Right.
both.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a little off topic, but it kind of touched on what we were talking about. But
I mean, you never know. Maybe the Earth all of a sudden stops and it goes reverse for a minute. We don't know.
or just
I'm
stops.
sure.
Could you
I'm
imagine?
sure I'm sure we'd feel it, or something would be
You would
way
think.
off.
Right, you would think, because
Like
we
all the
spend
ocean water would keep moving, and then it would like just, yeah.
well, I think that's what they talked about during the end of the ice age. Was part of what happened is Earth stopped and then everything continued. And I know if you stopped, because we're moving at like 1,000 miles per hour, you would be like chucked fucking 100 yards or some shit.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. But
Well, and wouldn't we lose our gravity too and like float away?
I don't know if we float away. It's a good question, though. I don't know.
We don't have gravity. We would be floating in the air, just
But-
like the
but does
astronaut.
stopping,
But not
spinning,
according to the moon.
yeah, the moon still holds you down.
See?
It's like a woman
can
just
still
holding
drive
you
your
Or
down.
cars.
maybe we would just float to the moon, and the moon would be our gravity then.
And
'cause
then
it
we
would
become
just-
part of the moon and live in the spaceship.
It would, yes,
But
because
we
it would
burn
take the
up,
gravity
though,
from.
through the atmosphere.
Hey, you never
Would
know.
we still have an atmosphere though if the Earth
Right?
isn't spinning?
But
Or
you
would
don't
it
burn,
just
you don't
dissipate?
burn up leaving the atmosphere. You burn up coming back in.
Because you're going so fast.
Space is just fucking weird.
Right. It
I
makes no
think
sense.
it's crazy. And I told Troy I want a really big telescope because I love to just look at it because it's so crazy to see.
So,
yeah.
Amber, if you ever want to talk about space, you should have a conversation with Landon. Landon can sit and talk to you about anything and everything space for hours.
Yeah.
So then why
shit.
isn't he on the podcast talking about the moons?
Well, we did. Landon and Owen actually sat and watched that.
The video
What
you
did they
sent
with
us.
us.
about it?
Well, I don't know. Landon has his own theory that, the moon is part of the Earth, essentially. Like it was broken off from the Earth. So
Well, even
it
in that
can't be
video, it
hollow.
talked about the moon was minerals or something that came out of the ocean.
They
and
thought it
collected.
did, but it's
Right.
too old. It's older than anything we found in the ocean bed.
Right.
So it
right.
can't be that. And it doesn't match timeline wise with anything on Earth.
But who is doing the studies on how old these rocks are, and how do they know?
That was
Scientists,
How do they know?
It's-
How do they
it's
know?
carbon.
any of
They
that?
carbon date. You can
But
carbon
how do you
date
know
certain
how to
rocks.
carbon date way back?
Who the fuck knows what carbon date is? It could have been
I
some
don't know
made
how they
up
fucking do
bullshit.
it. I don't know how they fucking do it.
They just
But-
pull
Saying.
they pull the number out of their ass and say,
They're like,
"Here
hey,
it is.
this is the number,
20,
and we're-
22.
and we're gonna call it carbon
Let's
dating.
look it up here. I'm gonna look up how
Like-
carbon date works.
It doesn't matter if you look it up, Troy. They could put anything on there. If you read it
But
on
I'd
the
still
internet,
be-
it's got to be true, right?
No, but I'd still be curious on what their thought is on how it works.
If it's on the internet, it's true.
Right.
100% true.
Yeah.
Just saying,
Wow.
like that's the shit that bothers me. Is like they're talking about how like, oh, the sand on top of the moon is much older than the sand underneath the moon. I'm like, what the
Then,
fuck?
yeah,
How
the
do you
rocks
know
under it.
that? How?
It's-
How do you know
That's-
that?
How do
Yeah.
you know back when there was no writing of things, Like, I feel like there was no cameras, there was no pictures. Now you can start from when cameras started and be like, hey, back in this time,
And
I
there's
get
proof.
there was hieroglyphics, but how do you know that it's not a fucking 2-year-old just drawing pictures on a wall? Like, not saying that like that doesn't explain it, but
We
you
don't know.
They don't know how to date back. So how do we know that this is when the universe was created? This was before Christ and this was after Christ. Well, how do you know? Because you weren't around. And how is there even Christ? We don't know.
Exactly.
I
No,
don't know if they can.
The greeter
really
at our
put-
Walmart's pretty old. I think he's been around for. He's been there for a minute.
We should
Yeah, I think
ask
he
him
knows.
to be on podcast with
Ask
us.
Right.
him, ask him, were you born before Christ?
Did you
Were
see
you
him walk
BC or
on water?
AD?
He's like, oh, JC, yeah, we go back.
JC,
Yeah.
we go way back.
Oh my
We
god,
go way back.
have you guys seen the new commercial where Jesus like takes off his sandals? He's all excited to have a day off and he goes to jump in the pool.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my
and
God.
because he walks on water, he just hits it like a rock and falls.
Oh, I haven't seen
Yeah.
it yet.
And the Spartan guy or whatever, the Roman, he's just chilling in a little floaty with his like Roman hat and everything,
Right.
and he laughs his ass off. I'm
Yes.
just like, this is a commercial for real.
I just
I
saw it
haven't seen that.
yesterday. It's
Oh, it's so
hilarious.
funny.
It's
I haven't
hilarious.
seen that.
He is so
Huh.
excited because he's like, oh, I'm gonna relax at the pool. He takes his Jesus sandals off and he goes to jump and he goes cannonball and he just hits and he just falls.
because he walks
Oh,
on
that's
it.
because he walks on water.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Oh, anyway, sorry,
Um,
that was off topic.
No, hey, you're
Yeah,
good.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
What do you guys think about the lights that they were seeing in that video? The like kind of little mini explosions and
Oh, I
colors.
thought you said lice at first. I was like, what?
Maybe it is. Maybe it's
Lights.
moon lice.
Lice.
I don't know. That's another one of those things. Like, were there really lights, or someone just saying that there were lights?
Or whatever they were talking about, the blue pearl.
What side
or
of the moon
It was
is
the
it
blue
on?
gem.
blue gem? Yeah, the blue gem.
Yeah,
The blue
what side of
gem.
the moon is that on?
I'm assuming the one that faces us because
I don't know.
they
I
always
know
talk
But then
about that.
let's get a really cool telescope and just start looking for it. Because, I mean,
We
it
could do
could
that
be,
on our cruise. We can.
right?
Oh,
Take
yes.
a telescope on
When
the
it's
cruise.
dark out there.
When
Yeah.
it's pitch
Yeah, that'd
black.
be cool. But I'm like, I told Troy, I said, how do we know that it's not another planet that's reflecting off of something else into there?
Right. Because there
Maybe
are
they left a piece of metal or something from when they were using their little rover and it's shining off.
You mean
Well,
the really, really heavy rover that
Yeah,
shouldn't
that-
have landed because there's no gravity?
right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that one.
Well,
Mhm.
asteroids are the ones made out of ice. So you could be
Maybe
reflecting
asteroid-
off of that.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, when they talk about meteors hitting Earth, it's not meteors we're worried about, it's asteroids because we can't see them fully because they reflect. And so they can kind of blend in like a mirror. So, I mean, maybe it's that.
So this says it's actually blue crystals that sparkle,
Yeah, but with any rock, you could break
but
into
everything's
it, and
covered
there's
in dust. Like,
there's
why would?
possibility of crystals or some kind of different rock.
Right.
Everything's dusty up there, but there's no wind.
There's no
There's
climate.
no
What do you mean? The
Why
flag
do you-
was waving in the
There
original
is
video.
solar wind. So, you know, solar wind does exist. It's just not very strong. You're not going to have gusts.
I
Just
don't
so you know.
I mean, if we have a light breeze, okay, you don't see stuff all over the trees
Right.
and the rock. Like you don't.
Is that
It's not
erosion
something
of the
that-
planet, of the moon? Is it erosion?
It didn't say. It just said it was just blue crystals.
Blue
It
crystal?
could be. What if that's on the
Crystals.
inside?
But isn't the blue gem, isn't that just in that one spot?
Yeah.
Yes. And it appears periodically. So
Yeah.
it could just be some sort of mineral content
Oh.
that's something's occurring, a reaction's occurring periodically, and then it just turns blue. I mean, I don't think that has anything to do with alien life or any of the craziness. I mean, our
What are you
planet
talking
has
about?
weird,
That's the aliens' garden. They planted blue gems.
right?
They're annuals, okay?
Right.
Not perennials, okay? saying. I'm just kidding.
That's their rock garden.
Right?
That lights up.
But it's just the one. There's only one alien that likes to plant the
Right.
rock garden.
I know. Nerds.
like
And
the
when they
old grandma.
replant, that's when it shows the most vibrant. And
Yeah.
then it dies, and then
It
they have to
dies.
replant.
Because one person
See?
can't take care of a garden. You need a
Done.
You need a tribe.
Figured it
Solved.
out. Solved.
Solved. The blue.
Done. Moving on. Move on. Next.
Well, now we got to figure out why they're living in there.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
Damn it.
believe that there's aliens
their space
living in the
shuttle.
moon. Right. They would have left already. Come on now.
They're the ones that turn the switches on every day. Like, oh, turn on the lights. It's like where he lives.
The
in that
Truman
bubble.
Show.
The Truman Show.
Yeah.
That's the Truman Show. Headquarters.
Oh
That's
my
the main
God.
office.
Right.
They're controlling us and what we do every day.
That
I
would
wouldn't doubt
fucking
it.
suck.
I wouldn't doubt it.
It would.
I'd be like,
and cue thunderstorm.
right.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's an alien base. I think it's possible it's hollow, but I don't think there's an alien civilization cruising in there and fucking doing all this
I don't
craziness.
think it's possible for either one of those.
I don't think so either.
I don't think it's
it-
hollow, and I don't think it's a spaceship.
Yeah, I don't think it's hollow. I don't think it's a spaceship. But it is weird that it's, drifting away from us.
Right.
But it's
This
just
is, I
like
think-
global warming and everything. Everything
Yeah.
is changing. It's getting
Well, yeah.
hotter. It's getting colder. It's, the moon's moving away. It's just
right.
everything.
And we've
is
gone
just,
through all of these before.
And
Yeah.
if you could take a Land Rover, like a Land Rover,
That's where they got their
Yes.
name.
Moon
Yes.
Rover.
Yeah.
you take a car up there, to drive around? Why could you not take something to core, like to dig way far down to see all the way into the center?
Like an
We know
Armageddon.
what's in the center here.
Look how hard it was for those guys in Armageddon. All right.
Mhm.
And
They had to go slingshot around the moon to come up to, get it in the back.
In the backside.
know.
They had to slingshot
Get it
it
from
into the
behind.
backside.
get it from behind. Get it, Bruce
Yep.
Willis. Get it.
That's right.
I don't know. There's a lot of questions. I just want to know why we don't go back, in all honesty. That's what makes
Yes.
me wonder what they found.
But it's not
Yes.
Because
we're
we
not
have so
going
much
back.
technology now. We have too much technology. There's too many photos and things. There'd be too much proof. We wouldn't be able to go up there and come back and be like, oh, everything was a lie because it's a grainy ass photo. We have
Right.
too much, and we would be expecting for them to give us the proof, and they don't want to show what the real
Yeah.
proof of.
But no, we're going back. We're going back like
They keep postponing it. They keep saying it was supposed to happen last year, and it's
I
supposed
think
to
it was
happen
next
this year. And now they're saying next year. They've postponed it twice, which makes me think that then they'll just nix it and be like, well, we tried, but things just fell through.
yeah, we're just going to keep going to Mars.
But why
it's cheaper.
not Elon Musk or any of those
But
fools try it?
They're not going to land on the moon. They said that they are going to fly around the moon no earlier than 2024.
So why not land again and get new samples and update it? Why?
Because they
the
know.
third mission. So the
Because
next
there's no
time
gravity.
they go,
Right.
it says this is the second mission. They're going to fly around. The third mission will land people on the moon, including the first woman and the first person of color.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
So why can't it be
No,
like
you could
the
go.
first Asian woman
Yeah.
Right.
that's
Let's do this.
also black
You're
or of color?
Michelle can't go though because even though she's Asian, she's pretty white.
I am pretty white.
That's not good for politics. You need like a dark Asian who looks really Asian. She's got more American look to her. So that's not going
Except
to
for
cut
when
it.
I'm not wearing my glasses.
Right. So, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they don't go back. That's what kind of just has me confused. And they don't release all the information. But I mean, look at the stations, the space stations up there. Have you guys ever gone on YouTube and watched the videos that are live? So
Yes,
there's guys that watch that shit all day and they record it all day. What's awesome is as soon as a UFO or anything that's alien like pops into the photo, boom, they cut that shit so quick. But luckily there's always these nerds in their mom's basement who record it all day and they fucking show you. And so it's hilarious to see. It's like, guys, we know it's out there. We don't give a shit. But they like cut it as soon as it goes, oh, lost the feed. Okay. So
yeah.
I'm just wondering if there is anything up there or I don't know. It's a weird one.
Yeah, it is.
Anything to do with space or the universe or anything outside of our planet, it's just weird.
Right.
Yeah.
It's unexplainable. It's so complex. There's so many different elements to everything.
Yeah. 100%.
Yep.
But people on this show expect us to solve it. So we need to figure out why we're here, how we're here. So.
Well, I'm here because my mom gave birth to me. That's about all I can give
you. Adam is here because God made him.
That's right.
That's right.
Damn, Adam, your mom banged it out with God.
Wow.
What?
Hey, yeah.
Congrats, bro.
Thanks, bro.
All right. I want to see you take your Jesus slippers off and jump in the pool now.
I'll have to show him the commercial because he's never seen it.
I'll have to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see it too.
Well, we got 4 minutes till this recording's done. Anything you guys want to add to this?
Nope. Just glad to be back and
you still look the same. You still look like shit, Troy. It's always good to see you, but not.
That's what I wanted to
Amber
hear.
is beautiful as always.
Aw, you're so sweet.
Oh my gosh.
And then the other one.
Right.
Yeah.
My twin.
He knows what's up.
Yo.
He's not your twin.
Oh,
You
he's
guys
my
do
twin.
not look the same. No.
What do you mean?
Yeah, we do.
Pretty close.
Yeah. I've heard it before.
Just as close as Amber and I look to looking like twins. Sure.
It is kind of funny. We're the blonde side. You're the dark haired side. And
Yeah.
That is funny.
that is pretty funny.
You think we would get a little bit lighter hair color considering we live in Florida, but
Right?
Oh shit! You would think my skin would be darker living in Florida. My skin doesn't see the sun. I'm always at fucking work.
Well,
Yeah.
stop it. Go enjoy life too.
Yeah.
All right.
Bills
Go
need
look
to be paid, Troy.
Hey, go look for the underground fucking UFO bases that are in the ocean.
Okay. I should just become a siren so I could do. Yeah. See.
See?
Yeah. She was like,
all right, peeps. Well,
All right.
next week we'll get this dialed in for everybody. Thanks for joining us as we try this new escapade.
Yeah, something new.
You can see our faces.
and hopefully next time we have our shit together, and I don't have to
Yes.
keep moving rooms. And
You never,
Yeah.
you never
Yes.
know it until you're in it. You can
Right.
prep and all that, but until you fucking sit here and set it up, you
And it
got to
also-
get
yeah.
it. Yeah.
the time of the day is different. Like we usually don't do this time of the day, and it's
Right.
just all the dynamics are different. So
Yeah. Because
Right.
you guys are so far apart from like hourly ahead of us
Yep.
that, you guys got to go to fucking bed. And so
hey, even though we have to go to bed, we still stay up pretty late.
I know,
So-
but
Yeah, you do, because you guys call us pretty late sometimes, and I'm like, wow, because I never know if I can text you because I'm afraid you guys are sleeping.
Well, shit. Troy texts us at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
I saw that. I was like, what is he doing?
And I'm like,
what
what
was
the
that
fuck?
for? I don't even remember. I remember doing a late one.
It was because you were trying to tell me, ooh, Saturday's a big day for you, Michelle.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
that's
And I was,
Yeah, it
I
was-
looked at,
Hey.
I looked at it with
Chinese
one
New Year.
eye, and I was like, what the fuck? And then, because I wear my watch to bed, because my alarm, I don't want it
Okay.
to wake up
Is
Adam.
that what it was? I didn't think that's what it was.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it
that's
was.
what it was.
Was it?
It was Chinese
Alright.
New Year.
Yeah, and then I
Yeah.
wake up in the morning, I look at it, I'm like, I'm not even going to indulge in this right now. I think it took me hours before I was like,
Hey,
what is he talking about? And
You're
I
like,
told
"Here
Adam,
goes
I was
Troy."
like, I bet you it has something to do with Chinese New Year, because that's what's on Sunday.
and what is today? Let's all congratulate Michelle.
It's the Lunar New Year.
So it's a Chinese New Year.
It's
Um,
appropriate to do, talk about the moon on the
So
Lunar New Year.
right,
Yeah.
right.
See?
So we love you, Michelle. Congrats on this special day. So
It's the year of the rabbit. Ah!
it is the year of a rabbit.
Dad
Who's the rabbit?
Year. I am.
You are? I'm
Yeah.
I'm a rat.
I don't know
Makes
what
sense.
Troy's a pig.
Oh, that makes a lot of
That
sense.
does make a
I
lot
know.
of sense.
Hey, somebody see what I am real quick.
Hurry up, you
Hey,
got
in the
check-
next,
a
check it
minute,
out.
next
7
1
seconds.
minute. I don't have
Get
my
it,
phone.
get it, Amber.
My phone is next to you, so.
Get it, young Jamie.
What year were you born?
I'm not going to say it on.
79.
Thanks.
Oh, sorry.
You
Thanks.
have to if
Just-
you want to know.
Just put it on here. I was going to text it to her.
Mm.
Well, you've only got less than a minute, and then it's just going to cut us off. So,
All right. Well, I guess you can just text me with it.
Oh, she's pulling up. She's got like 30 seconds.
She'll get it. She'll get it. Now the pressure's
Wait.
on. She's
What did you say? What? 70?
9.
79, hurry up. You got about 20 seconds.
well, in case she
Go.
doesn't get there.
Go.
You're a goat.
I'm a
You're a
goat.
goat.
You're a goat.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be a goat.
All right, peeps. I think we're
All
going to lose you
right.
here.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Great to
guys.
see everybody.
Bye.
See you next time.